Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good, having fun and staying safe. In case you were watching me for the first time, then hi, my name is Isha and I post videos related to fragrances. If that is something which interests you, then do consider subscribing. Today's video is super exciting because we are finally going to talk about this collection from that of Zara, which has literally been launched in India right now, and I'm super excited to share my views. And probably this is again the first video on YouTube from an Indian perspective about reviewing this one. Now, if you have been following other YouTube channels, fragrance related content, you must already know that this particular collection is super hyped up, like literally super hyped up, and for all the good reasons. So this comes in this little white box which has all the golden details, which mention Rose Gourmand, which is eau de parfum, and this says it's feminine and empowered, a fresh rose elevated by luscious dew of vanilla and tonka. So basically three notes that they have mentioned: rose, vanilla and tonka, and all of the detailings here are in the golden font. Mention Zara, and that is what it is. And this one is from the chapter 1 range, so this has multiple chapter 1 2 3, I think up till 4. So I bought only one from this one because I was super intrigued for 3 of those. The first one was the Rose Gourmand variant here, the second one was Red Temptation, and the third one was Golden Decade, and all of them 3 are dupes to very popular scents. So this one is supposed to be duping Montal Intense Cafe and also Mancera's Rose and Vanille. The Golden Decade one was supposed to be duping YSL Libre or Libre Intense ke beech ka mix, and the third one that I mentioned, Red Temptation, is supposed to be duping the ever famous Baccarat Rouge 540. With that being said, let's just discuss about this one right here, because I have this, and now on their website they also have Red Temptation available, which I am super excited for. This one is something that I'm really impressed with, so I'm just going to be talking about this one. The pricing for this one is quite expensive. Usually you get Zara perfumes for 1100-1200 now, the usual ones, but this one retails for rupees 1890, that too for 80 ml of the quantity. Having said that, it's an EDP concentration and the pricing of this one is quite high. But the second point, which is the packaging of this one, again, this packaging looks super heavy to kind of hold, super good, beautiful, rich. As you can see, this has this little gold metallic detailing. The cap is little metallic. I don't know it's plastic or metallic. I think it is plastic, but it just is really a good quality plastic in my opinion, and the bottle looks stunning. It literally looks stunning. So I think the packaging makes you imagine that this would be a sophisticated, rich scent, and the pricing I think is also justified in my opinion to say as of now, because of course the scent is super long lasting, the scent is super great, etc. Notes and explanations from the perspective of the write-up that Zara has mentioned about this fragrance. So they say jasmine, peony, it is all there to adorn the rose with modern freshness and strong character. So this also has a little bit of florals in there, which is again from the jasmine and peony, which is of course not straight up detected, but hey, this is again done to kind of enhance the rose which it already has, and the name of this one is also Rose Gourmand. And finally Zara justified the name of the scent. It is Rose Gourmand, and the main hero note of this perfume is rose. It symbolizes and encourages the unstoppable wave of feminine empowerment. Bring in the pure delight that every woman deserves. Hear me out. They also mention it's soft, delicious and creamy caramel. I agree, it's soft, delicious and creamy the scent is, but with I don't get the traces of caramel, but what they mention is soft, delicious and creamy caramel gourmand notes blend with the flavor of vanilla in a trail of musky amber and power of rose. This is the overall picture that Zara is trying to portray, and the write-up that Zara is trying to explain, for us to imagine about this scent. And I think very well done job Zara in terms of explaining this one. This literally justifies the scent completely, and I really don't think so I do really have much to add on to the beauty of the scent, because the write-up itself is super beautiful. With that being said, if I have to summarize the notes for you to make it quite simple without these extra lineups or this poem that Zara has drafted for this particular one. So the key notes of this one, the number one note that I literally smell and detect just after opening, or just sniffing this from the first state, that is the rose note, which is super prominent. Apart from that, this has jasmine, peony, caramel, vanilla, musk and amber. So these are the certain play around of notes that this particular scent has, and I think, in my opinion, this is a very rich, sophisticated, luxurious and a super long lasting scent. Kid you not, the place where I kept this one, the box of this one was underneath and the scent was there up in the tray, because I was in the phase of testing this one, trying this one out, and literally the whole wardrobe, when I just open this off, it smells of Rose Gourmand. And that is something super rare. In the same wardrobe, I have kept my designer scent, like pretty much almost, I think 99% of my scents, all of that, the body mist, the perfumes, luxurious perfumes, Zara perfumes, everything is lying in that wardrobe. But I haven't have this kind of experience, ever. It smells so strong that my whole wardrobe, when I open, as I said, it smells of Rose Gourmand. So this is how powerful it is. And to be very honest, as it is kept, even on the place where I'm filming this, the box also smells of Rose Gourmand. This is how strong it is, but at the same time, it's really rich, I feel, as I already mentioned. And this smells like a rose, but a rose which is very like dewy, fresh, but it has a very beautiful edge to it. It's a rose which is really well done. Sometimes in order to make a rose perfume sexy, they just trying to incorporate different notes, and at the end of the day, it becomes a little heavy, it becomes a little artificial and stuff like that. With this one, I understand they have done a very well done job in terms of kind of enhancing the rose note through this perfume, but at the same time, the dewiness, the freshness, the richness, the real rawness of the rose is still there, which is a really beautiful thing. As I said, because they try to kind of tweak the rose so much to make it sexy, to make it this and that the whole gist of having that rose perfume or that rosiness from that perfume is lost. But with this one, it's not the case, and I'm super happy for that, because I am a rose lover. I literally love rose perfumes, and I have quite a designer perfumes too which have rose in them, and to be very honest, I am not able to enjoy them 100% ever since the fact that I have kind of discovered Rose Gourmand. It goes to say a lot about this particular perfume, but hey, it is what it is, and it is genuinely, literally true and coming straight from my heart. This is a rose with that of a twist in the sense it's very uplifting and really pleasant to smell, along with the other notes. And this is a really modern rose scent. It's not just a very floral bouquet that you could imagine, but it's somewhere giving you a gourmand vibe, but not an obvious edible gourmand, but it's something different. It makes you feel a certain way, makes you feel really good about yourself. This is the kind of scent vibe that it is. And mark my words, I think this is the scent that is really perfect for special occasions. If you are perhaps looking for something that you want, or maybe you are trying to invest into some designer perfumes because you want to have that rich, luxurious designer perfume wala vibe, then I think you should rather try this one, because this literally will give you that designer expensive perfume wala vibe, but at the same time being really affordable if you compare it to the pricing of the designer perfumes nowadays. This is the one that would really help you in making a mark. And the reason why I say this, I have, of course, I'm a fragrance YouTuber, so I have quite a few fragrances. I just keep on testing and trying them, and I often don't really stick around for very long to a particular scent or a perfume, to say the least. So like the competition, what I'm trying to say, is really high. So for example, if I wear something today, it smells good, I wear something other tomorrow, that smells good, so eventually people stop complimenting you after a point in time, because they feel every other scent is outstanding or well done. So they don't really get the opportunity to ask that ye bahut acha hai, this is something very special. But with this one, I feel, though it is from the house of Zara, still whenever I have worn this one, I think I've worn this, to be very precise, 4 times. I've always, like, not even once, not even twice, thrice, charo bar, like all the 4 times, I have been asked about which perfume that I'm wearing. That itself speaks a lot, because it has such a vibe, you know, it has such a very beautiful touch to it, that it is feminine, but at the same time it's very, very likable. It is going to make a mark, it is strong, you know, it is going to last, stick on your clothes, hold on to your clothes, literally very, very strong, very, very great in terms of lasting, projection, everything that you would not really expect from a usual Zara scent. But at the same time, it's not sharp, you know, it's not that very loud or sharp wala scent. It's very smooth scent and very beautiful to kind of experience on yourself, or even if somebody else is applying that, you would be like, oh my god, I need to know what it is. This is the kind of scent that it is. That leads me to another point. This would actually help you in making your identity. This is kind of an unforgettable scent, that if you have smelled this kind of a scent on someone, you cannot forget that person, you cannot forget how beautiful that scent is. This is what it is, and I am speaking really, really highly of this one, and I'm totally mindful of what I'm saying, and I'm kind of holding myself back from being too carried away, because you know I love rose, and this one is a really, like, this one is something that is preserving the gist of the rose, yet making it super modern, super beautiful, super likable, super lovable, and super everything. I would also like to talk about the longevity factor of this one. This literally has the capability to last you the entire day, to say the least. But also if you apply it, you know, on your clothes, as I mentioned, and I already indicated that, I don't know why, but the box still smells of Rose Gourmand, and it's been, I think, a week since I have this one, or even more that I have this one, and it still smells of Rose Gourmand. And it's not that I'm just touching my nose, then only I'm smelling. I'm even able to smell this from afar. I just wore this on a black top, and when I was testing it the first, I was actually nose blind, so I was not able to smell it. You know, it was not happening for me because I was nose blind and I was not really well at that point in time. But then, you know, after I guess 4 or 5 days, I happened to revisit that top because I wanted to wear it again, of course, and I did not wash it because I wore it for 2-3 hours only, and I don't really wash my clothes if I wear them for 2-3 hours. TMI, but hey, it is what it is. Being very candid and real, raw, whatever. So yeah, I just happened to kind of take that top out, and by that time my nose was perfectly okay, I would say. I was able to smell something which was so beautiful, and I was like, because I did not remember that I had sprayed Rose Gourmand, but since I was in the testing phase of this perfume, so I was like, it smells of something that I am aware of. And then I was like, yeah, let me just smell it side by side, and it was Rose Gourmand. So even after 4 days, it was still sticking to my clothes, and it was still very strongly projective of the perfume that it is. So this is how strong it is. So I can say, and I'm very pleased to report the fact that this is gonna last on your clothes until your next wash, and you don't have to be going ham with this one. You know, mostly with perfumes, if you want them to last and project super well, you have to just kind of literally, this is the fact, this is what it is, you have to go a little bit ham. But with this one, like, heavy handed in terms of spraying. But with this one, this is not the case. You could still do, I think, 4 or 5 sprays, and that would be more than enough to kind of last the fragrance for the entire day, and also leave you a little bit of scent trail here and there, and also to kind of last on your clothes for 3-4 days easily. This is what it is. This is the kind of thing that I always look for my perfumes, because in my designer perfume specifically, because if you're spending in thousands of rupees on a perfume, right, you would at least want them to last. You would at least want them, yeah, you have applied 2, 3, 4 sprays, whatever the case may be, and it has the capability to last, you know. So I think that was something that I was really missing with a few of designer scents, but I think this is the one that has really impressed me to another level, and I'm super excited to get one. And another pro tip, I can confirm that this range is not going to be available for long on Zara's website. So if you really are intrigued to kind of buy this one, I would definitely suggest you to go and kind of get them right now, or wherever you feel, you know, is comfortable for you, because this is not going to be available for so long. I have seen foreign people kind of raving about this one, but they also have been regretting the fact that they did not get it at the right time, because once it's gone, it's gone. You'll not be able to get this one. So this is a really great option for you to try. And I think if you are somebody who really loves rose note, a fresh, dewy, nice, real rose perfume is something that you're looking for, then I think look no further. This is the one that you should go for. And I think florals basically have the capability to kind of smell really feminine. With that being said, do I think so? Like, a man could kind of wear this one? I think this is completely subjective. For example, I mentioned I always get asked about the perfume that I'm wearing, and most of the times that I got asked, like almost 50% of the times, like 2 times that I got asked, was from a man only. So with that being said, I think maybe they would want to apply it on themselves or not, I don't know. But I think, in my opinion, if you would say, I think I would say yes, because you know, it just smells super good that you just kind of unsee or undo the fact that it is just florals. You just kind of feel the scent as a whole, and once it dries down, the rose kind of takes a back seat, so you don't get that rose that much, you know. You just get a very beautiful perfume which is wrapped in some edible gourmand notes, you know, and at the same time has that little bit of freshness, softness from the rose, but it's not easily detectable that it was a rose note to begin with. So the initial is very heavy on the rose and maybe the jasmine a little bit, but not too much. Only the rose is prominent, but as it dries down, the rose just takes the backseat. That is what it is. So I think, with that being said, this could be the one which, you know, the male counterparts could also easily pull off. And I think this is, again, compared to, really compared to that of Montal Intense Cafe, which, you know, is really a beast, like literally a beast perfumer perfume, which is not available in India, and it is very expensive, to say the least. And if you ask me, for a person who has never smelled Montal Intense Cafe, but as the name implies, it has, and as the note says, it has rose and coffee and vanilla as the 3 main notes. With this one, I only get rose. I get a little bit of vanilla maybe on the dry down, but I fail to detect the coffee. Even if I think about it, does it have coffee? I don't think so. Like, maybe it has that addictiveness to it, could be because of coffee, but hey, I'm not able to detect that coffee in a very prominent way. I think this is a must try, and you should not skip this at all. There were others available, that was Perpetual Oud and Hipster Oud, which I was not at all interested. I said, and I'll repeat it again, I was only interested for this one, Golden Decade, which probably I'm not gonna get, and the third one is Red Temptation, which I think I am gonna get. And if you happen to love this one and you feel like this could be your scent for life, this could be your signature scent, whatever, girl, you need to create backups, because this is not going to be available for so long. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this review and that would be helpful in terms of making a decision for yourself. And do let me know in the comment section below how well did you like this video, and if you enjoyed it or not. I am super happy to report that this would be the first video from an Indian perspective on YouTube about this perfume. I shall see you in my next video. Bye.